Ladies and gentlemen, I told myself just wait a couple of hours this morning. Something huge is going to happen. Hit subscribe, share this everywhere. This is a great, great development. And it's a major victory for the Durham Probe Special Counsel. And it's a major victory also for Donald Trump and everyone who was targeted by Trump's direct political rivals. It's a major, major victory. Durham Probe. Judge denies Sussman motion to dismiss case. Trial to begin next month. The trial for former Clinton campaign lawyer Michael Sussman is set to begin May 16th. This is Fox News. There are other articles as well. The federal judge presiding over the case of former Clinton campaign lawyer Michael Sussman denied his request to dismiss the case brought against him by special counsel John Durham Wednesday, ordering the trial to go forward as planned next month. They wanted to kick the case out, for a bunch of nonsensical reasons. They said, well, what does it matter that we lied? That was their defense. Their initial argument was, well, sure we lied. Well, what's the problem? The problem is that you have numerous Bureau officials now testifying against an attorney paid by Madam Secretary. So Trump's direct political rivals paid the Democratic Party and the Clinton campaign, paid an attorney and tech firms and tech executives. Well, actually, tech executive one, that he was in charge of all that. He had a relationship with Michael Sussman, but a financial or contractual relationship. But they paid money to meet with FBI officials, give them information, completely contrived, absurd, false, baseless claims derived from surveillance of Trump Tower, his apartment, a healthcare provider, and the executive office of the president while he was president also in February of 2017, who was president in February of 2017. And they gave that information to the U.S. government, and then you had agencies like the Bureau say, gosh, we have to investigate. We were given this information. And all this data and cyber data, and gosh, and then they found out quickly that it was nonsense. But before they found out it was nonsense, Jake Sullivan, our national security advisor today, along with bumbling Blinken and President Mashed Potato Brains, Jake Sullivan tweeted out the information, the false narrative that Trump was communicating with Alpha Bank through a server. And it's all pure propaganda. Well, there's a server. Well, Clinton had servers. Well, Trump has servers communicating with a hostile country. That never happened. You have tens of millions of people who believe this nonsense. Then there's a dossier. He was in a hotel room. Oh, my God. He was enjoying a certain type of bodily fluids. Oh, my God. Oh, terrible. And these are the people who are like, oh, truth. It's a post-truth moment. And they watch CNN and MSNBC. There are people, you have to understand, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll continue reading. Hit subscribe to this channel right now. Hit subscribe to the Stock Market Crash channel below in the pinned comment. I might make a channel, a satirical channel, something along the lines of Indict 45, pure satire and comedy. Give me your thoughts below as to whether I should do that. Because you'd watch me, like in prior segments, you'd watch me to pretend to be a morally superior liberal Democrat and wonderful, highly educated liberal Democrat who thinks that Trump should be indicted because of the latest absurd news cycle. That always leads to, 45 was vindicated because of this or that. But anyway, let me know if I should do that in the in the comments section below. But you have, ladies and gentlemen, so hit subscribe to my new Patreons. Thank you. You have, ladies and gentlemen, people who have never cared about politics until 2018, 2019, 2020. They're reading the New York Times and the Washington Post. They're suddenly watching MSNBC. And they truly believe now that they understand politics. They truly, because they view those publications to be, apolitical. They don't understand that the days of the New York Times actually investigating Democrats are over. Last time they did that was the Uranium One deal, and that was in 2015. But anyway, so you have people who are completely duped and deceived. That's where you get 18 U.S. Code 371. But here, Sussman in February filed a motion to dismiss the case. Sussman was charged with making false statements to a federal agent and has pleaded not guilty. But he did, though. There's a text message saying that I'm meeting you on behalf of myself, not on behalf of anyone else. Meaning he's trying to hide the fact that Clinton paid him. That's an important... He's trying to hide the fact that Democrats and Trump's direct political rival paid him to meet with James Baker at the Bureau. But James Baker already testified against him. And then there's a special agent at the Bureau testifying against him also at trial. So, and then the whole reason he lied is because all of the information he gave was completely made up, fabricated, taken out of context, manipulated, contrived, and it says that within messages. The people who were, the researchers who were trying to obtain all this information said, gosh, we have to appease VIPs. And you know what? This isn't going to fly in the court of public opinion. And if we just leave it this way, all they'll get is that we don't like Trump, and that's it. And so those messages indicate that they knowingly gave false information, as did almost certainly this attorney. Anyway, so let's just read this. In a court filing Wednesday, the U.S. District Judge outlined the charges against Sussman brought by the Durham impaneled grand jury last year. The judge detailed Durham's indictment, which alleged that Sussman told then FBI General Counsel James Baker in September 2016, less than 2 months before 2016, that he was not doing work for any client. But of course he was. And, specifically, Sussman allegedly told Baker he was not attending the meeting on behalf of any client. In fact, he had assembled and was conveying information on behalf of 2 specific clients. A tech executive, one. See, that's a bizarre situation to me. And the Hillary Clinton campaign. The FBI opened an investigation based on the information Sussman provided. But see, that should never have taken place. The court will deny the motion. So, noting the standard of materiality under U.S. Code is whether the statement has a natural tendency to influence or is capable of influencing either a discrete decision or any of the function of government agency to which it was addressed. The judge explained that Sussman argued that his alleged statement to Baker that he was not at a meeting on behalf of a client, quote, could not have possibly influenced what was, in his view, the only discrete decision before the Bureau at the time, whether to initiate an investigation into the Trump campaign. So Cooper explains that Sussman argued that his alleged statement, of course it was. The judge said that Sussman's largely ignored the second part of the test, whether the statement could influence any other function of the agency, which it did. I mean, that's why he did not tell Baker. That's why he didn't want to tell Baker. So Cooper, so judge said that Sussman's alleged statement, quote, was in fact capable of influencing either the commencement or later conduct of the FBI investigation. So the Steele dossier was even far worse. All of these people influenced the United States government. Okay? They all influenced the United States government. And it's like, here you go, Sussman faces up to 5 years in prison. Now, he's not going to get the sweet deal that Kleinsmith got because he doesn't work for the government. He's just an attorney that Clinton paid. Now, Kleinsmith got a slap on the wrist, but that might be also because he gave as much information as possible to John Durham, which is not good for Strzok and McCabe and Comey. I mean, Strzok is suing Trump, if you could believe this, for influencing the Bureau to fire him after he was kicked off of the Mueller probe, fired from the Bureau, for literally text messages that say, we will stop Trump, and a whole endless, like he went to bat for Clinton, helped Comey cover up the Clinton email probe, where there's top secret and special access program intelligence on servers running outside of the United States government, and Strzok and Comey and McCabe never told the country how that classified data and how that top secret intelligence was transferred or migrated or somehow made its way onto servers running outside of the United States government. It's like impossible from a cybersecurity perspective. But the main thing is Peter Strzok went after Donald Trump, has all these conversations with McCabe and Page that the Durham probe almost certainly has. And it's like he was after Trump from the beginning, saying, we will stop Trump. Trump voters are smelly, all of these things. He was so biased and had such contempt against Trump and his voters that he even was kicked off of the Mueller probe. How do you get kicked off of the Mueller probe? Okay. I mean, everyone in the Mueller probe is a lifelong Democrat with utter disdain for Trump. But anyway, this is huge, ladies and gentlemen. This is really huge. The trial continues, and you have a situation where, or the trial will continue, but you have a situation where you can't just simply dismiss. You can't dismiss a case where it's a very clear, the Democratic Party, media, the establishment, they demand without a shadow of a doubt that their nefarious and deceitful and insidious and conniving actions be proven without a shadow of a doubt, categorically. So they say, well, so what? Well, we paid for the Steele dossier, and we paid for the Alpha Bank nonsense. We paid, and we outsourced Sussman and his law firm and third-party tech firms to influence foreign policy and domestic policy, and to initiate investigations into our direct political rivals. But you can't prove that we did so for political reasons. We did so to protect the country because Clapper and Brennan said that Russia tried to interfere. Well, Clapper and Brennan were intelligence chiefs during President Obama's administration, a Democrat. Could you imagine if John Ratcliffe, a Republican, or Richard Grenell, a Republican, top spy chiefs in Trump's administration said that, another country wanted mashed potato brains and other Democrats? Oh no, the Washington Post and New York Times would say, oh my goodness. Oh, are you kidding me? These people are just working on behalf of other countries. Themselves, these people are working on behalf, of the Republican Party or Trump. They're Trump loyalists. When Merrick Garland does anything, it's the rule of law. When William Barr did anything, it was Trump, his personal attorney. I mean, they're completely apoplectic all the time. They don't follow the same rules and guidelines that other people do. Or they don't follow the same value system that they claim to uphold. Anyway, give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe right now. Huge development. Thank you. I'll be back.